Okay, so here are 3 amps in the Helix that I think you should really know about. If you want to check these tones out, jump into my Gumroad folder. You can get all my presets, essentially most of them, for £5. That's a constantly updating folder. I'm going to show you also how to build every single tone after this introduction, and it's going to be pretty simple actually. But please, leave a comment if you've got favourite amps of yours and other things that folks should know about. Here's some playing.
This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. Let's look at this and look at some of my choices for amps that I think you need to know about within the Helix. Kind of can't miss essentials. And I'm going to put them all through the same cab with the position 3.9. And we're going to bring our high cut on the cab section down to around about 6. Right, and then let's just drop in a little bit of dual delay and put that feedback up, the mix down. So yeah, there's going to be one at least choice here that you might not have found yet, but hopefully you already know about it. The derailed Ingrid is definitely one that immediately jumps out at me that you should. So this is an amp that is not in any other modeler because it's based on one specific Trainwreck amplifier which went by the name of Ingrid. It actually sold on Reverb, but it's a really great amp for a bunch of different things. I'm going to turn on a bit of a noise gate for this, but as you start to crank it, big chunky sounds. There's also this bright switch that you need to know about. 2 position. just cleaning up there on the volume knob. So that's a really, really good amp for that kind of thing. Where, you know, not all amps that have that kind of chewy, saturated gain kind of thing going on clean up that well. This one does, and especially with the bright cap on. So that's, I think, choice one. We've got the gain there at 6.9, but as you take it down, would I even need to change from stock settings? I don't think so. That sounds great. All I've changed there is the bright settings. So I think that's, for me, on my short list of definitely amps that you need to know about. Let's bypass that one. Another amp that I think you should know about here, is the Peavey Invective. Now, all three channels of the Peavey Invective are in here. Now, this is a great example of a modern kind of rock and metal amplifier. Again, not something that is in many other modelers, and something that sets the Helix apart quite a bit. This is Misha Mansour's signature amplifier. So a really good choice for, you know, metal and modern kind of rock. If we compare that to like a tighter gain structure. So we got essentially we got post gain, which is kind of like more like master type of gain, right? We've got pre gain, and we've got presence and depth. Now your presence is obviously where you get that kind of thing going on, you know. Conversely, depth is all about low end. But can be a really important part to control, like the tightness. Or, you know, use that to kind of make your headphones, you know, feel a bit more amp in the roomy. Also, if you're looking for 5150 type tones, this is probably a bit of a safer bet than the Peavey Panama, possibly, and might be a bit more refined and less raw. think that one is a really, really, really great sounding option. Now, what I'm going to do is just move that down to here, so we can probably fit them all on the same preset then. So, snapshot 3 we'll call Invective. A great modern amp. Then snapshot 1 we'll call Trainwreck. A not so modern amp, but I think a classic. And now we're going to go back in time and into the wrong part of the Helix, and we're going to go for the Dripman Norm. Now this is not just a bass amp really. The Bassman I mean, I'd go as far to say, does it even really sound like a bass amp? Because if you put a bass into this, it'd be quite quite driven, really. So that's on 3. As we crank it up, the Bassman is, so this is a silver face, but from like 1967, which was still basically using the same parts as like a blackface Bassman. Can get some really beautiful driven tones. Right, so let's actually set this up properly. So that should be Trainwreck, and then 3 should be Bassman. So definitely 100% an amp that I think And for this, I would probably turn off the input gate. That's not what I want. Set the Bassman up to be a bit more of a clean thing. What I might do, because it's Fender style, it might do nicely with like a bit of a kick up the front end. Okay, so I'm going to just cut that, then paste, and then just have it like that, and then it should be bypassed on all the other presets. So, snapshots. So we'll save it to library. Let me know your favourite amps in the Helix if you want to drop those into the comments. Those are 3 of mine that I think, you know, I don't necessarily shout about all the time. Definitely giving the Ingrid a lot of attention. Not the Invective, but I think that deserves a lot of attention because that's a great modern amp. And then the Bassman, just an example of a great kind of vintage. Catch you in another video soon. I hope that was an interesting video for you. I'll drop a version of both into the... So it'll be Unmissable Amps 1, which will have the drives, I guess. So save to library here. Yes. So what I'll have to do is get rid of this amp, and then do that. I'll get rid of that as well. We can run the drive amps here, and then just have that going like that. So that's Unmissable Amps 1. Then Unmissable Amps 2, the sequel, do this. So it'll be across 2 presets for you HX Stompers. Catch you in another video soon. That'll be up in the Gumroad folder. £5 to get access to basically all of my main presets. So hopefully that's good value. Cheers for stopping by.